guys, it's Miree. Welcome back to my channel. And today, as you can tell by the title of the video, oh my gosh, my hair's out the frame. We are going to be talking about my skincare routine, my summer skincare routine, skincare journey, or like my skincare story, as well as go into depth in answering some of y'all's questions or a few of y'all's questions about skincare. But before we get started with this video, subscribe down below because we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Put on that bell notification because I try to post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:45 Central Standard Time. And without further ado, we can get started with the video. Okay, starting off with my story and how I honestly felt about my skin. I'm gonna be honest, I was so insecure about my skin at some points in time that I really didn't feel comfortable enough or cute enough to take pictures, so I barely took any pictures for social media and such. Even though my skin wasn't like bad, it still was, in my opinion, bad. I had a few pimples on my cheeks and I especially broke out bad on my forehead simply due to the fact I did not pay attention to my diet. I was not drinking enough water. Yeah, I drank water, but I didn't drink enough water. I didn't have a consistent skincare routine like I do at this moment in time. But in middle school, I really did have a bunch of breakouts, especially on my forehead. I would always have some type of big bad pimple, and what made it even worse was like I couldn't hide my skin. I couldn't hide the blemishes. I didn't have enough hair on my head like I do right now. So say for example, I could do my hair a certain way to cover my forehead, or like I can get my hair big enough to where it kind of sort of caves in and covers my face a little bit. My hair wasn't big enough back then to where I could cover it, so everybody could see everything and what was going on with my face, and that just made me even more insecure. Now going into high school, it kind of sort of got better, but at the same time I was still struggling a little bit simply due to the fact that I did not pay attention to my diet like I do now. When I first entered my freshman year and got into my sophomore year of high school, I would get on social media and I'm comparing my skin to social media stars, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, why can't my skin be that clear? And I didn't pay attention to the fact that there is editing. You can edit your skin. I didn't care. I just was like, oh my gosh, why isn't my skin that nice? I would also compare my skin to people at school. Towards the middle of sophomore year is when I actually started taking better care of my skin, and like I had a routine and everything down and such. Something really big that really did break me out, even though I still eat them every now and then to this day, just a little bit, it was hot fries, or like anything spicy would break me out to the core. I couldn't do it. I was like, I'm gonna just have to let it go. Time progressed, got into my junior year of high school. Skin started getting better. I started feeling more secure within myself about my skincare routine, about my skin as a whole. To my senior year and now going into my freshman year of college, my skin has gotten so much better, even though it may not seem like it at this very moment in time. I developed like a full-blown skincare routine. I have a bunch of stuff, and skincare is very serious to me because it's like, it's my face. People see my face. Everybody sees my face, so I take my skincare way more seriously now. One of the big things as of recently that's really helped improve my skincare routine a lot is Mighty Patches from Heroes Cosmetics. I'm going to go into depth later on in the video with Mighty Patches and how they have helped me, like made it easier for me to deal with certain parts of my skin. And without further ado, we can actually go in depth and into my skincare routine.
Okay, so welcome to my bathroom. The very first thing, this is so important, y'all need to wash your hands before you do anything to your face, because if you don't, it's just gonna make your breakouts worse. So your hands are washed, your hands are clean. The first thing that I do is go in with my coffee exfoliant. This is very, very, very gentle for the skin, and it's soft for the skin, for me at least, because you can't use anything too harsh on your skin when exfoliating, otherwise your face will like feel raw. You do not want that feeling. So I go in, I rub it all over my face for a good 30-45 seconds in each little area, and then I wash it off. Then it's time for me to go in with my face wash. This is the Kiehl's face wash, and I go in and wash my face for a good 45 seconds to a minute. And I suggest using your hands when it comes to washing your face, kind of like giving your face a massage, and it just rubs it in softer and smoother compared to like a Clarisonic or like a little brush, because sometimes a brush could be too harsh for your skin. Meanwhile, your hands are way softer and gentler for the skin. And sometimes I go in with a face mask, but tonight I didn't feel like going in with the face mask. Then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with my witch hazel and rub it all throughout of my skin. This is my toner, but I've just been using witch hazel in general for like a year, and it's really helped change my skin a lot. Then once I'm done with that, I go in with my rose water just to refresh my face a little bit. And then once I'm done with both of my toners and like my refresher, I'm going to go in with my Hero Cosmetics Mighty Patch, simply because as of recently, with me being out in the sun, eating any and everything, literally I've been breaking out, especially on my forehead. As you can see, it's a really big pimple up there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm of course going to go in with my patch. As you can see, these are the patches. They're all like on a little plastic setup, I guess you could say. I'm going to go in, obviously get a little patch and put it directly on the spot of where I'm breaking out. And as you can see, as you saw before, there was a pimple. I'm going to put it on there and I'm going to leave it on overnight. Now once I'm done with that, I can continue with the rest of my skincare routine. I moisturize my skin with the Pond's cold cream moisturizer, but sometimes I also go in with aloe vera, but tonight I wanted to use the Pond's. And finally, I'm going to go and deal with my lips. People always tend to neglect their lips whenever it comes to skincare. Sugar Rose lip scrub, exfoliate my lips, then take it all off completely. And I'm going to go in with my Salve Rose Hip Lip Balm, and that is basically my skincare routine. So here we are the next morning, and it's time for me to take this patch off of the little bump that I had on my forehead. And as you can see, it kind of sort of, like, not even kind of, it did go down some, but in my opinion it wasn't enough. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to return later on tonight. I'm going to try it again and see how it goes. So later on that night, I went through my basic skincare routine, which I had shown y'all earlier. I went in, got another patch, reapplied the patch on the spot where the pimple was, and I left it on overnight. And then here is my genuine reaction the next morning, because as you can see, it's like white. I was like, oh my goodness, this did not work. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. Then I went and I finally took the patch off, and y'all, girl, wait a minute. It's gone. Like, for real, it's gone. I'm not breaking. Oh my goodness gracious. It didn't even look like I had a pimple on my forehead to begin with. I'm not even about to lie. I did not think that these were gonna work, because this is my first time ever using a patch on my pimples or my acne, and I highly suggest these, especially when it comes to whiteheads or super duper red pimples. And I even went and tested this out on my mom. I was like, Mom, do you want to try this? And she did. And here's her pimple before on her nose in particular. And she tried the patch on overnight for 2 nights as well. And here she is 2 days later, and her pimple is basically gone. And I'm really shocked, and I'm happy with the results.
Like, but one of the main questions everybody asks me is what my skin type is. I really honestly have oily skin. The only time my skin is not oily like that is when it's in the winter time and when it's super duper cold. Like, it has to be in like 30s or 20s for my skin to like dry up, even though I do moisturize it and such. But for the most part, all over my face, it's oily. My skin is extremely oily. Charlene asks how to remove and fade dark spots on my face. Something that'll really help whenever it comes to trying to help with dark spots on your face, not even just on your face, just all over your body in general, is aloe vera gel. If you can get it fresh, do that, because the fresher it is, the stronger and better it works. But for the most part, if all you can get your hands on is like already packaged aloe vera gel, that'll work too. But if you use it consistently overnight, it'll seep into your skin, and then over time as you use it, it'll slowly start to lighten up your skin. Jay Donna said, how do you deal with pimples that just won't leave? When it comes to pimples and such, whenever you're a teenager especially, it's really hard trying to get rid of them, because if you pop them, it'll just get worse. So honestly, something I truly suggest is Mighty Patches from Heroes Cosmetics, especially if it's super duper red or if it's whiteheads, like, they'll be gone. I also asked y'all to leave some tips, and one of the tips is from Sid A. She said, I went to school for cosmetology. Regarding skincare routines, make sure to use a toner between each step. This ensures your skin will maintain its natural pH, which will help your products work best for each step. By the way, if you could recommend your favorite toners, that'd be great. I use 2 toners. One is witch hazel, y'all saw that earlier, and the other one is rose water. It is very refreshing. Natural Beauty said, how to reduce dark circles around the eyes. I'm going to be completely honest with you, something that really will help is sleep. Over time, as you get better with your sleep, your dark circles will leave and you'll start to feel rejuvenated again. Spartan Hunter 720 said, okay, here are my questions. How do you get clear skin? You have to learn your skin over time. Does skincare work for dudes, or is there a specific for each gender? No, skincare can work for anybody. It doesn't matter what gender, because we all have skin. We all have a face that we need to take care of. Any of the products that I use, they can work on guys. It's not any gender specific products. Leah Telda, do you ever have it that certain hair products make you break out, or even hair oils? Love your channel, by the way. Thank you. But yes, there are some products that I used to use in the past that did break out my skin. I kind of sort of use them today still, but I'm very careful not to do too much of them. And one of them is Jamaican black castor oil. Y'all know Jamaican black castor oil is a staple of mine, but if I especially put it around this area, forehead, not forehead, but like on my edges, and it drips down on my forehead, I will break out. So you have to be careful to put a small amount of products and to wash your face consistently and when necessary. Also, another tip, wash your bonnet. Washing your bonnet helps so much because dirt and oils and stuff builds up, especially in this little strap of your bonnet that goes across your forehead to keep it secure. So please wash your bonnet at least once a week or every few days if you can, in order to keep your skin from breaking out. Pasta said, how to deal with hyperpigmentation around the mouth? Aloe vera will help. But two, there was Mederma oil. It's a really light oil. I would put it on each and every single night, and over time my skin will lighten up. I'll put a picture of it up in here so y'all can see it, but that's the Mederma oil. Trinity said, how do you stay glowy all day? The oil on my face, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I don't put that much serum on my face because it's like my skin is already oily. I don't want to make it oilier and look even shinier. So use a light serum on your face, that'll also help. Okay, while on bike asks, getting rid of blackheads, it's gonna take time. And what I've been using just to like help with my blackheads, especially around my nose, clear proof charcoal face mask, especially around my nose, and over time as I use it, it slowly strips out and takes out the blackheads. That is the end of this video. I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, cut on that bell notification. Thank you Hero Cosmetics for sponsoring today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.